Welcome back, toy fans. We've got another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Masters of the Universe mashup here today with the deluxe figure of Splinter-SKULL. Pretty crazy little crossover between King Grayskull and, of course, Master Splinter. More parts to make Metal Bado with it. Got this one pre-ordered from, was this a Target? I guess this was a Target. I haven't seen it in Target stores. No, I take that back. I think I did see one recently in a Target store. Some cool art up here if you take a look. Pretty nifty. I like the art. I like the style of art we're getting. I do think the art on the front has been a little bit more consistent in quality than the art in the back. But still pretty neat. We've got a couple things waiting to happen here. He-Man's gonna transform back apparently here. We've got April coming in the next wave. A lot of these we've already got though from other previous waves. Pretty cool though. So we're gonna get him open here in a moment, but again he comes with some more pieces for Metal Bado, the cross between Roboto and upgraded with metal head parts, which I think is kind of strange that they would upgrade the character himself of Roboto. But there you go, you got a little tagline in there. I'm not going to read that to you. I'm sure you're all able to read, and if you're not, go learn. Thank a teacher. But here we go. Let's get them open, and then we will check out Splinter-SKULL, see how this all, how he looks with some of the other characters here, all right? All right, so we've got him open. He does, again, come with an art card, not one of the mini comics, but another really cool piece of art. Splinter meditating, entering the astral plane as he's wont to do. But here you go, you got some cool stats on him. Enhanced strength and speed, master of ninjutsu, wisest sensei talking rat to ever exist. And then his Grayskull form, which is this current form, of course. He's got the physical manifestation of the power of Grayskull. He's astral projecting from New York, I'm guessing, if I recall from the mini comics. And he's ancient knowledge of Eternia, so he's kind of the best of both worlds. He's got all that. He also came with one of these jobbies, where I got it right here. Just of course, I always hang on to these. I don't know, they're part of the collection, part of the keepsakes. I don't know. Anybody else save those? He does also come with a couple pieces for Metal Bado. All right. Now he's got this torso piece, which does come with the shell piece as well. This, you can plug in all these extra sets here, which I ended up with some. Can also be used as a shield, but you can also, of course, plug it in so he can have, I guess this is kind of the way it's going. Seems like they always want to make them. Yeah, there you go. But, and they don't really tell you as much, but he's got, oh, hello. He's got the gears in there too, okay? Kind of like Roboto. No heart. Kind of wish they'd done the heart in Roboto the way they did with the other one. The vintage, you know, the mini comics version of Roboto at least had it. So now we can apply the Metal Bado parts that we have. One thing that I will note while I'm thinking about it, Splinter did come with this extra cool kind of grasping hand here. Okay, another one for you to look at there. Another, you know, just extra left hand. As it is, he comes with a couple gripping hands, but he's pretty cool. I like the white along the snout. All right, it's a very good Splinter portrait. The cape just kind of rests around his shoulders. All right, it is like a pliable, very nice pliability to it, good texture to it as well. I don't know if it's coming out very well, but it's got a nice kind of almost meshy kind of cloth, almost like a potato sack. This is not real fur, although it kind of looks like it could be. Just a nice piece. This does look like it was molded as separate pieces there. If you wanted to do something with that, I suppose you could. Very similar in the style to King Grayskull. We can kind of get him out in a little bit to show you. I want to say it's the same tattering and all that. But in the meantime, let's take a better look at Splinter. When he came out, his head was very loose, but it does sit snugly on there. He's got these little pigtails, of course. They kind of don't want to sit really well. Part of me almost thinks, would it be better if I put them under the harness? He's got a lot that can kind of come apart and stuff. He's got the cool Grayskull, you know, kind of 2000X style there, as well as on his actual armor. So you could, I suppose we can, let's go ahead and take this, see what it looks like. Can I get you off without, well, I guess I'm gonna have to anyway. So we're gonna separate Splinter out. So this, I don't know, does this look like, I don't know that this, yeah, it can come out. And he's just got a basic loincloth there, okay. So that's a possibility. But just to get him as like a very basic Master Splinter, as basic as we can get, at least for this line. Let's see if I can have to take his head off, or if I can just kind of fake it here. I think I can kind of weasel this around. No pun intended, no rodent jokes. There you go. Yeah, that's kind of a more basic Master Splinter. All right, I know a lot of people have really wanted to be able to do more basic versions of their characters. I suppose if you really were interested, you could probably get this piece off to be a very, very basic, and then take all the hair away. You need to be a much more basic Master Splinter, not the Grayskull projection. This little sculpting in here. And then of course it looks as though, I'm trying to think, does this, yeah, this does want to, yeah, you can take, I'm not going to do it, but you could get him, it's a pretty shredded Splinter, right? This is the most shredded he's been, at least in his rat form, I think, ever. But there you go. And then you could also, if you really wanted to, strip him down to just Master Splinter status, stay. Oh, he's got a nice, the tail's pretty good too. I mean, it actually, the loincloth, oh, look at that. That's a happy discovery there. Just plugs right in, but it is on a nice little joint, all right? So you get some real, you know, pliability here. Kind of helps him stand up pretty well too. But there you go. You've got the astral projection of the power sword, or a version of it, and his walking stick. But I think you can, yes, you can, just plug and play. All right. So if you just want your Splinter to have just a walking stick and be a very, very basic Master Splinter, well, there you go. Not the greatest walking stick. Let's go ahead and show. Oh, see, this joint does seem kind of, now it seems like it wants to just come apart. Maybe I'm not getting it in there all the way though. That could be on me. Come on. There we go. Yeah, it seems pretty snug. I like the new Splinter feet. All right, these beast feet could be used elsewhere, I suppose, but they do have the sculpting, like the wrappings going on there. So if they were going to use them, they would end up having to be probably with those. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be perfect. Let's try this other hand out real quick. And he's pretty great. He's I think he's deluxe enough to warrant, because he comes with some other stuff. Yeah, I like this hand. This is kind of a cool, you know, very Master Splinter-y kind of, you know. But you can also kind of, this is kind of what I was thinking with this hand, is get him to hold his walking stick a bit more like your traditional old man leaning on his walking stick kind of thing there, right? That works, right? So again, you know, I'm not really worried about having Ninja Turtle versions. I mean, these are our Eternian versions of the Turtles in Splinter, all right? Even though Splinter is actually just astral projecting, right? I dig him. I dig him a lot, actually. I think he's pretty neat. I think the accessories are cool. Whoa, I think his balance could be off. I think Tila, too, could suffer a little less. Looked at that video last time. Was our like latest update. Finally got it uploaded yesterday. So get a look at that one as well. I'll get out the Metal Botto parts in a moment here if I can find them, and we'll share those. We'll get him kitted back up, and that's all I got for you in the meantime. We'll take a look at Metal Botto in a second. Just another quick aside, since we're you know, in the Splinter vein here, I was going to compare here. So we've got King Grayskull from the Eternia playset. Wish he had come along with his friend. Oh, what's the elder's name now that I really wanted them to make? Obviously, he was such a huge hit, I can't remember his name. Okay, that's gonna bug me. Chime in below on the comments if you remember. Who was that guy? The blue dude, the blue robed elder character, one of the guys that made the Keklar. Never mind, forget the comments. You can still comment. Say hi. Say how much you love the channel. Share it. But if you look at the way the robe looks, it's more or less the same pattern, I think. A little less going on. 1, 2. No, it's got a little less. Like Splinter's looks like it ripped in a few more places than King Grayskull's here. And Grayskull's got some cat hair. Thank you, Cringer and Panther. But there you go, to kind of have a little bit of comparison time, I guess. It's comparison time. Sorry, Pixel Dan. Hermione says hi, by the way. She's a fan. So there you go. You got your two King Grayskulls for the line, right? Splinter-Skull and Grayskull himself, okay? And I'm a fan of this version. I think he's kind of cool. I really liked Revolution and Revelation. You can tell me what you think down below if you have opinions. You will notice that I've also kitted him out with the shield from the Master version of this character. So we've got Splinter, we've got King Grayskull here. I'm going to move you back over here, buddy. You can hang out with Tila and all them. Tila, you need to pick up that side, don't you? So Splinter's cool. I'm a big fan. I really like his eyes. Look really cool. I think they pop really nice. I don't know. He might be one of my favorites in the line. I'm a big fan of Splinter. I've been rereading the IDW TMNT comics. I finally got caught up to the last time I finally picked up my pulls at the best comic shop in the universe, Space Cadets Collections. And what the? Just realized I have a McNugget buddy without its hat on somewhere. Apparently it took a tumble because I've got some McNugget buddies up above. Can you see? They're way up there. Oh, he's fallen so far. Yeah. Anyway, back to Splinter. A little housekeeping. So there we go. He's good. He's good. Talking about comics. Yeah, I was reading the Turtle comics. Splinter. Well, I don't want to spoil anything. But I've also been reading the Black, White, and Green anthology set. Kind of neat to see Splinter in some of those. I'm digging this figure. I really like him. I think he's a good addition to the line. Loving Turtles of Grayskull. I think I'm about to get my pre-orders soon-ish for the next wave, which has April in her sorceress gear and other characters I'm forgetting right now. But I did promise that before we go, I would show you our friend Metal Botto. Now, my Metal Botto is a little more kitted out than others, maybe just because when Target was clearancing Mouse Jaw, I doubled down, tripled down, and quadrupled down on him because I gotta have one for sure. And there's my McNugget buddy, sitting over here by Merman. Ta-da! Love my McNugget buddies. Anyway, this is getting very full down here. Anyway, so I didn't put that back on him. I'll get to that. But so I have extra pieces for Metal Botto. One thing, and I'm glad I did get extra pieces, and I even got more than I needed because I got 4 of the original one. I got extra arms, all right, and the right arm, which actually this might even be. I'm trying to think, do I have? Now, do you see too? They maintained that. Very cool. Love that, right? And again, I guess I should show this too because it's pretty neat. We'll do a better review on him when he's complete because we're still missing his feet. And if I'm not mistaken, we are still missing not just his feet, but his left hand and the drill and the sonar, the pieces that were, metal bottom or metal heads. And what else is there? Whatever the heck that thing is in between the drill and that looks like a hand. Why does that look like a hand there? I don't know. Maybe that is his other hand. But so we're missing some other pieces to him still. Obviously the feet. So he's not quite ready. But mine has like just bristling with weaponry and such. I probably wouldn't always keep it that way, but it's kind of fun. I kind of almost prefer him with this on. I don't know why. I feel like that, even though that color doesn't quite. I don't know. What do you think? But I love that they did this with him, just like Roboto. All right. I kind of wish he'd had the light pipe eye ports on his eyes, like the vintage Metalhead figure. Also kind of wish he was back metalized, but you can't win them all. Oh, maybe I do kind of like the shell looking like that. That's kind of fun. So anyway, he's not complete, but he's getting there. And oh, the dogs are barking at something as usual. So anyway, we'll kit Splinter out for some pictures, and that's all. But hey, thanks for tuning in for our look at Turtles of Grayskull, Master Splinter, Splinter-Skull. Pretty great one. Digging this guy. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you eat your vegetables, and make sure you stay in school. And if you're out of school, well, I hope you had a great weekend and or day at work, depending on when you finally read this or watch this. There you go. Take care. Good journey.